according to the narrative. Now, let's be real clear. I don't necessarily think they know what's going on yet. There's a lot of weird shit going on with this.
I know.
This guy, first of all, how did he get to the roof? How come nobody was looking? How come nobody was like, there's a direct line of sight between where he's sitting and those roofs? You guys didn't check? You don't have a drone? Like, that's insane.
This is not going anywhere. It's just not.
What Erika Kirk just pulled off, no one saw coming. She fired back at Joe Rogan, and she did with the precision of someone who's been holding her fire until the perfect moment. You ever witness a scandal so chaotic, it doesn't just break the internet. It splits it clean in two? That's exactly what happened when...
If I wish I was a cop. I'd sit in a room like, this story is horseshit. Like, none of these things make any sense.
Rogan decided to toss a thinly veiled jab in Erika's direction. And now, the digital fallout is still smoldering. Here's the thing. Joe didn't flat out name her. He didn't have to. One of those half smirks. A casual remark that sounds harmless on the surface but cuts deep. That's all it took. And everyone watching knew exactly who he meant.
So apparently, the narrative is that this is his grandfather's rifle from World War I and doesn't have a serial code. Okay.
Interesting.
Okay. Why? Wait.
So now the world's asking the question, did Rogan go too far, or did he just say what everyone else was too nervous to whisper out loud? Because when Joe Rogan drops a line like, I don't think Erika Kirk is completely innocent, the internet doesn't just listen, it detonates. Within minutes, timelines were on fire. Tweets, TikToks, Reddit threads, you name it. The online world lost its collective mind. Let's rewind to where it began, a random Tuesday episode of the Joe Rogan Experience.
If you want people to lose all faith that anyone is going to solve anything, you add a bunch of, if you're going to kill a guy, you add a bunch of other wacky shit that doesn't make any sense and you spam it out there at the same time.
He was mid-conversation, riffing on power, politics, and hidden truths when, out of nowhere, he said it. No build-up, no context. Just that infamous Rogan pause, heavy enough to make millions wonder if he knew more than he let on. From there, chaos. Fans clipped the moment, slowed it down, layered it with eerie music, and zoomed in on every flicker of his expression like they were cracking a national secret. Within hours, it had evolved from a passing comment to a full-blown viral frenzy. Some swore Rogan was exposing something real. Others said he'd crossed a moral line. But one fact stood tall. Joe Rogan had just turned Erika Kirk's pain into a public battleground. And the wildest part? It didn't feel random. It felt strategic. That calm, deliberate Rogan delivery. The deep breath, the serious stare. That's his signature move. He doesn't need to shout. He plants seeds. One cryptic line. And suddenly the internet does the rest at in no time. His fan base, the self-proclaimed truth hunters, were dissecting every frame of Erika's life. Funeral clips, charity appearances, interviews. Nothing was off limits. They slowed, paused, circled, and speculated, convinced they were piecing together some grand revelation. What began as a single remark had transformed into a digital witch hunt. And right in the center of it all stood Erika Kirk, grieving, scrutinized, and accused of faking the very emotion that once made people feel sorry for her. You couldn't go 2 minutes online without Rogan's smirk looping endlessly across screens, captioned with lines like, he knew it wasn't news anymore. It was sport. Every tear Erika shed became evidence. Every pause in her voice was treated like a hidden message waiting to be cracked. And while Rogan lounged in his studio, stacking millions of views, Erika was being pulled apart in silence. Frame by frame, rumor by rumor, post by post. If you've ever watched the internet turn on someone, you know how merciless it gets. One moment they're hailing you as brave. The next, they're tearing you apart for being too composed. Erika Kirk, the woman once praised for her quiet strength and grace, was suddenly branded the villain in her own tragedy. The calm demeanor people once found comforting became, in the eyes of the mob, suspicious. Too calm, too polished, too prepared. They said she was turning grief into a brand, tragedy into content. Clips from Charlie.
His mission is my mission. Everything that Turning Point USA built through Charlie's vision and hard work
we will make 10 times greater through the power of his memory.
These funeral flooded feeds again, slowed down, tinted, analyzed like evidence in a